Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Sage the Smart Kettle. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So this is Sage by Heston Blumenthal and this is the Smart Kettle. And here are some of its features. So it does have variable temperature, soft open cushioned lid, a 20-minute keep warm function, and it also has a 1.7 litre capacity and 3000 watts for rapid boiling. And taking a look at the front of the box. And all the way around to the back. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by, of course, sliding the tab out and popping up the lid to show you the contents at the very top of the box packaging. Let's go ahead and remove the contents and just setting them on the tabletop for now as we continue to unbox or remove the rest of the contents from the box. As you can see, the Smart Kettle sitting nicely in the box. And just continuing to remove the contents. And always checking the underside of the tray packaging, making sure nothing is taped or secured or packed under there. And that's the base. And just checking, making sure nothing else is left behind. As you can see, the box is now emptied. And there's some social media links on this side of the box flap. And now going to set the box to the side. Let's set it on the right hand side. So bear with me, I have to stretch quite a fair bit with the tripod and camcorder setup, so I might be moving a little bit slower than normal. That's only because I'm trying to avoid bumping into the tripod or camcorder. So we're trying to give you the best possible experience here. Okay, so we do have the Sage Kettle, and this is the Smart Kettle model. They have various models of kettles. This one has 5 preset temperature settings and a keep warm function. So just setting everything neatly across the tabletop so you can have a nice good view of the entire contents of the Smart Kettle from Sage. Okay, so nice good look there. Let's have a look at this booklet here. Just show you the booklet. So this is the instruction booklet as it says on the cover. Just flipping and showing you a quick look at the insides, as some may want to use it for reference, so giving it a quick flip through here. So some instructions and getting to know your kettle. And there is a temperature chart for your various teas as well, or coffees. So right there, a good reference table there for the different varieties of teas and coffees and the optimal temperature to boil the water at to cater for those various tea varieties. Okay, so right there is the entire instruction booklet or user manual, making sure that we haven't missed any of the pages. Right there, and okay. So that is the instruction booklet for the Smart Kettle by Sage. And just looking at the rest of the papers or booklets that have come with it. So there is a 12-month guarantee or warranty right here for the kettle. And then, of course, let's find out what this is. So there is 8 tips and techniques booklet here on how to use your Sage appliance. Let's have a quick open right there. There's some information on the optimal boiling temperatures for your different hot beverages. So right there, your teas, and the optimal temperature to boil leaves at. Okay, so right there, setting that down. And of course we do have, interestingly, a packet of the scaler here for descaling or cleaning out the scales from your kettle should it build up. Okay, so setting that down, we can now finally move on to the kettle itself. So you can see it is nicely packaged, or at least safely packaged, in a clear plastic bag. Let's set it to that side and be careful to keep that away from young children and babies. Okay, so giving you a look very quickly at the kettle before I give you a close-up look later on. So right there is the Smart Kettle from Sage by Heston Blumenthal. So this is the quick look first, giving you a quick look all around. You can see it does have a 360-degree swivel base, or at least swivel bottom, and of course it is cordless as well. And this is the base. So, and once again, also wrapped in a clear plastic bag, setting that to the side and giving you an idea of the cable or cord length as well. Quite important to know when it comes to sighting your kettle. It's right there. So just let me do a bit of adjustment right there on the tabletop, so everything is in full view right there. Even though I have to stretch out my arms, hopefully that gives you a good idea of the cable or cord length for the base when it comes to positioning your kettle. Okay, so taking a quick look at the base, it does have a metal body, which is nice to see because it is quite cool to the touch, and it does have this nice brushed or at least satin finish. And of course, this is what the Smart Kettle is all about, giving you those 5 preset temperatures from 80 degrees up to 100 degrees at 5 degrees Celsius intervals, so 80, 85, 90, 95 up to 100. It does have that interesting keep warm function there that will keep your kettle warm for 20 minutes. So giving you a quick look at the base as well. It's nice to see there are rubber or silicone strips on the bottom to prevent slippage and vibration. Okay, or at least minimize vibrations. And of course the plug as well, giving you a look at the British or UK 3-pin plug. And just removing the protective cap. And once again giving you that look close up at the 3-pin British plug for this smart kettle from Sage. Okay, so that's the plug up close. And the cord length as well. Once again, this time setting it down, if I can do so, to give you some idea. In full view right there, nothing hidden, of the cord length to this kettle. And just let me do some quick rejigging here of the booklets, and of course this packet of the scaler right there, so everything is in good view. Okay, so now we can take a close-up look at the kettle again, but let me just replace the kettle back, or at least put it on the base right there, so you have a nice good look of what it should look like right there. So it turns very nicely and steadily on its 360-degree swivel base, and the kettle is kind of fairly light to medium in weight, so it doesn't really feel too heavy. I mean, the weight is noticeable actually. And once you start filling up with the up to 1.7 liters of water, you're definitely going to notice that weight there. So initially, it does look heavier, or this does feel lighter than it looks, but once you start handling it, you really start to feel that weight right there. So nice and pretty solid looking. Okay, so now we can take a close-up look at this smart kettle. So I'm just going to shift the base to the side so everything is in full view. Well, hopefully I'm trying to achieve that. And right there, you can see the smart kettle in close-up detail, and you can see the Sage branding on the top of the lid. So it does have the soft open lid. So let's find out by pressing on this button right here. And it opens very gently, no sudden flicks or snaps. And let's try that again. And that click as well does sound very solid. So pretty cool to see that slow and soft opening of that lid right there. So that flip top lid, and that is, however, the maximum opening. As you can see, the steps on the hinge right there, and closing it back down, that nice lovely click as well. And just taking a look at the tag that comes with this Sage Smart Kettle. It's right there, all the information that's tagged with this kettle, showing off its features and giving you some sense of size, resting the kettle in the palm of my hand. Okay, so nice good look and nice good feel overall, and of course stainless steel body. And it does have that nice brushed finish, as you can see the grains going horizontally across on the body. However, the handle is made from plastic. It does feel very different in terms of the coolness. So very noticeable. Of course, you want it to be plastic for insulation. And the grains are vertical as opposed to horizontal. That's on the brushed finish of the kettle body. And once again showing you that button close up. And when you press it, that soft top lid opening ever so slowly and gently. Okay, let's remove that tag. From the kettle lid. And now giving you, once again, that close up look. So it does have a maximum filling capacity or boiling capacity of 1.7 liters. And you can see the Sage stamped branding right there on the kettle body and the spout as well. Looking down inside the kettle. Giving you a good look inside and around the various aspects of the kettle. So it does have a removable mesh filter right there. And as you can see, it is made from metal, so it is a metal mesh filter, and of course it is washable and should last a long while. And right there giving you a look to that spout and where the filter clicks or slides into. So once again giving you a nice all-round look, and for people wondering if it does leave any finger marks or handprints, it does not, which is quite nice to see, but in reality you're not really going to be handling or touching the body of the kettle. And taking a look at the underside right there to the base of the Smart Kettle by Sage. Okay, so you have the model details and certain warning and technical data right there and specifications. So good all-round look at this Sage Smart Kettle. Feels very solidly built, but its metal body and soft top lid. Once again, just going to show you that soft opening lid, setting it down. And the way it opens is so gentle and so premium in feel and design. Right there, took about 2.5 seconds to open, as opposed to the standard flick open of most kettles. Okay, so nice good look to the overall design of this Sage Smart Kettle. And now we can move on to the base of this kettle. So this time around, once again taking a close-up look with its nice brushed stainless steel base with the 5 temperature settings for boiling for different drinks or tea varieties and coffee as well. and the keep warm function and the start or cancel button right there. And just to show you the height or thickness of this base and the underside as well. With the customer service contact details, which is very, very interesting to see on the product itself, and some warnings and technical specifications. Okay, so all that's really helpful to see, especially the customer contact information on the actual product. And right there, this time around, giving you a look at the buttons and how they feel as well. So nice and very solid feeling. Pressing it down so it clicks as I release as well. So right there, all 5 buttons for the different temperatures, the keep warm function and the start or cancel button right there at the end. Okay, so now let's go ahead, set it down and plug it in. So let's plug in and flip on the switch, and you can see and hear that base light up and beep. And okay, the kettle once again. That look right there. And I'm just going to shift the base a bit more to the left. Just making sure everything is in nice clear view. Right there. And of course, when you're handling it, you want to make sure you have a nice good grip right there. So nice chunky grip and really solid feeling right there. Not that you want to be shaking your boiled water or kettle so violently, but nonetheless, nice good grip right there. For this smart kettle by Sage, with its soft top or slow opening lid. And now let's open that lid up and pour some water in it. So I do have this Brita Morella cool water filter jug, which I've unboxed on the channel before. So it does have a maximum of 2.4 litres capacity. Let's pour some water into the kettle up to the 1.7 maximum mark. So it's about just over 1.5 litres at the moment, as you can see, the Brita Morella cool water filter jug, just filtering some more water through its funnel, because it does have about a 1.4 litre filtered capacity, even though it does have a 2.4 litre maximum filling capacity. It will hold the unfiltered water in the funnel and then filter through once there's more space in the jug. So there we go, we continue to pour up to the 1.7 litre mark. So we're just going to set the Brita Morella cool water filter jug to the side, and right there we've just filled slightly over the 1.7 litre mark, but that's just fine. I can always pour that off. So let's give it a quick pour off right there into this Denby white speckled mug right here, which I've also unboxed or unpacked in the channel. Let's set it back down. So right now it is at the 1.7 litre mark. Let's set the kettle down and you can hear that beep right there. Lift it off again and just repositioning so that you can see everything in a nice clear view. So right there, with the base in the middle of the frame, setting the kettle down. And now let's boil it to 100 degrees as recommended for your initial boil or initial use of the kettle. And of course we're discarding the water on that first boil. And let's now hit that start button. So let's see how long it will take to boil the maximum of 1.7 litres of water in this Smart Kettle by Sage. So you can hear the kettle working away right there. So it does have 300 watts of power for rapid boiling. Let's see how it performs boiling a full kettle of water. So this is the Denby white speckled large mug, which I've unpacked before. I'm going to be pouring the boiled water into that mug. And so far 2 minutes has passed since we started to boil this kettle of water. So it took just over 3 minutes to boil this full kettle of water. And now let's try that keep warm function and see how that performs. So the keep warm function can be activated at any point. And the keep warm function does last or operate for 20 minutes. Okay, so the keep warm function will maintain heat on the kettle to, of course, keep that water warm. And now let's lift the kettle from the base and pour it into the Denby white speckled mug right there. So nice and solid filling or feeling, and you can see there are no drips from the spout of the electric kettle. So replacing the kettle right there, and let's try an 80-degree centigrade or Celsius boil for green tea right there. And let's start. So it is clever enough to detect that the water is already heated up to at least 80 degrees Celsius. So let's see, 95 degrees, if we can do that. Has it dropped below the 95 degrees Celsius mark? Let's hit start and we'll find out if it boils. And there we go. So it is beeping away, telling us that it is at least 95 degrees Celsius hot right there, because it does not want to boil. Okay, so let's see what happens if we top the kettle up with more water, since it will bring the temperature down. So just pouring some more water there into the kettle and just keeping an eye on the water level right there. Pouring more from the Brita Marella cool water filter jug, and we're back up to the 1.7 litre mark. And just going to do a quick wipe of the spilled water from the mug right there, and it does clean up very nicely and simply from its brushed stainless steel body right there. And now let's try the 95-degree boil for coffee, and it is clever enough to detect that the temperature has gone down from me pouring the cool or room temperature water from that water filter jug. So right there, it has boiled to 95 degrees Celsius. And just spinning the kettle around just to give you a look once again at the various aspects. Of course, be careful there not to scald yourself over the spout of the kettle. So right there, nice good look all around at this Smart Kettle by Sage. And just lifting the kettle off from the base and setting it down and cleaning it up once again, as there is some drops of water from when I poured into the kettle from the jug. and replacing the kettle back on its base. So it's nice to see the lovely LEDs around the buttons should you use it at night time if you need to boil some water, and also it clearly indicates what mode you're set at. And of course the red error indicators are nice to see as well, to show you clearly what it's trying to warn you about. So now let's try the green tea boil. I think we're still pretty hot. It is not letting me try that. So how much has the temperature gone down by? Let's try 85 degrees, if that will allow us to boil. Nope. And 90 degrees. So it is telling us that the water in the kettle is at least 90 degrees Celsius hot, because it's not letting us perform a 90 degree Celsius boil. And of course we can do a 95 degree boil. Even so, it's not allowing us to do so, because it is indicating to us that it is still rather hot from its 95 degree boil for coffee right there. And the keep warm function right there will keep the water warm for up to 20 minutes. So right there, various indicators there to tell us. And right there I've spilled some water on the table top, but that's just fine. Just showing you once again a close-up look at this smart kettle from Sage by Heston Blumenthal. So it's nice to see that the kettle is smart enough to detect the water temperature to tell us whether it will allow us to boil the water for whichever setting we require. So that's the Sage the Smart Kettle. Thanks for watching and happy boiling!